Hey all, welcome back to Key is King. We are getting into the latest and greatest royal review today, which is The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 12. And we are picking up on the other end of a cliffhanger of Jacqueline coming to Karen's Love Lagoon and crashing the party. Jacqueline is whack, and she proves that every chance she gets. I just said in another video I made, somebody has flopopotamus, or is a flopopotamus. Jacqueline is almost queen of the flopopotamuses. Like, she don't know how to do nothing but flop. But she brings Karen 8 heart-shaped balloons that represent her 8 citations in her now very much revealed DUI, which, my God, Thomas Jefferson's concubine really went in. Oof. So Jacqueline's bringing 8 balloons that represent 8 citations. Now, to her credit, she says that gets lost in the moment that they were to symbolize the citations, but they were going to release them so Karen can release all of the energy around them. Even if that was cute or smart or witty of you, you know that you're not the one to be delivering that message and that it would not be well received regardless. So you were playing, you thought you were being cute, you and Mia, who is just behaving crazily at this party. But you thought you were doing something, and Karen let you know that you were not doing anything, that you needed to leave. Now, Karen's clearly pissed. She clearly was not having it. The other women were, like, appalled, but still taking the balloons. Clocked, we see you. Ray seems to be not so upset by this moment because he is walking Jacqueline out with his arm around, like, her waist. Like, Ray was horny today. He was trying to fuck the mermaids and Jacqueline. Like, Ray, chill. Karen was like, Ray, take your arm from around her. You are escorting her out, not, like, helping her. You're not her friend. Like, we're not friends. But maybe Ray knows something that we don't know, meaning that this is, like, all manufactured anyway, because Ray did not seem to give a fuck. He walked Jacqueline out right down to the driveway alongside Mia, and they had a curb moment, like a couple of curb broads. They did. So Mia is trying to validate Jacqueline from the curb. She's trying to let her know that Karen cannot call the cops or do anything because this is a rented property. They don't even own it. She can't, like, have somebody trespass on a rented property. Like, She's just essentially letting Jacqueline know that she's in the right here and, like, not to worry about it and blah, 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 blah. Okay, Mia. With your fucking synthetic looking ass wig. Like, please stop. Please stop. So everyone goes back to the table. Karen's now trying to have dinner. Dinner that Kay can't eat. There's cheese and everything, and apparently Kay can't eat cheese. So Karen was just like, yep, girl, there's cheese. Kay's like, great. Great. But, yeah. Mia comes back to the table, and they're asking her, like, Mia, did you give Jacqueline, like, Karen's address? And she's like, no. She just said she was, like, in the neighborhood. Like, I did not give it to her. And they're trying to double down on that. Nobody believes you because Mia be lying. Yes, she be lying. So they're all just like, what? But you know what? Stacy, always coming from her, like, place of curiosity, Stacy made sure that the whole table caught the shade of the balloons. She was like, so these balloons represented your citations. And she made it very clear we knew what the intended purpose of Jacqueline's visit was. And I'm like, Stacy, you are not low. Always coming from that place of curiosity and just, like, wanting to clear it up or, like, make sure we all understand. Girl, you're not low. We know what you're doing. You are twisting the knife. And I'm sure Karen feels it. And I wonder what the response is going to be over time, because Karen doesn't miss shade, typically. She really doesn't. You know who else doesn't miss shade simply because they don't seem to get really fucking anything? Is Mia, who is now screeching and, like, yelling about getting in the pool because the mermaids are now out. And she is stripping her skirt off, which I guess she wore a bathing suit underneath, and is now in the pool twerking for other people's husbands. Alright. Okay. Like, can she just not be a thought for a few minutes? Like, can she just not? She can't contain it. She's just so cringe all the fucking time. So she's in the pool after screaming and drawing all the attention to herself and shaking her ass and twerking in the pool. And Wendy's like, look at Mia, but don't look at Mia. which I don't think she was serious, but it was just very funny, because it's like, do you look at her, do you not look at her? She clearly wants the attention, but like these are all taken men at the time, so Mia. So they show the ladies, some of them preparing for the trip to Panama. The only thing of real note here is that Mia's on the phone with somebody because she hired a nanny for her children, which to me is just her trying to feed the storyline that Gordon is like so fucked up or unstable, which he could be. I'm not going to deny that. But you getting a nanny for the first time that we've ever really seen on this show, mind you, and the way you're doing it, gives me performative as fuck. Because when have you ever? But she's getting a nanny to watch her kids while she's in Panama for a few days. I was like, eye roll. Literal eye roll. But everyone's arriving to the airport slowly. Everyone like is dressed like they're going to the club low-key. But I guess the intention is like they're going to get off the plane and go to somewhere like fancy and nice. But like Wendy has her titties up to her fucking eyelids. She has like a crop top shit on. Jacqueline. Everybody's just kind of like doing a lot for the airport. I know I'm not rich or on TV, but I would still be like comfortable cute if I was. I wouldn't be like putting on like my tightest, loosest, that's just the opposite. Those words are the opposite of each other. Just like my tightest clothes or just like, I don't know. Like I just saw some story about some girl who did look like a prostitute, mind you. I'm not saying these women do. But she was on the internet somewhere, was denied a flight because she was dressed like a prostitute. So that was the first thing that kind of came to my head. Is just like, what if they denied some of these women for like their nipples almost like touching people's eyeballs or something. Wow. Words. But the OGs are just saying it's time for an OG check. Mostly in regards to Mia, and it's coming from Karen and Gizelle. So they are geared up to like check Mia, allegedly. So the women arrived to Portugal. So the women arrived to Panama. In my notes I wrote Portugal, but that was from like seasons ago that they went to Portugal, I'm pretty sure. But they arrived to Panama, and if I have been saying Portugal this whole time, I've meant Panama. Sue me. And Wendy's giving them a breakdown of like what they're going to be doing, what to expect as far as the rooms are concerned. There we go. And she also drops a bomb at the very end of all of this wonderful speech about dinner on the beach and all this stuff, that they have to ride 2 hours to get to the resort from the airport. Girl, it already looks like it's late as fuck. Imagine having to find out you have to ride 2 hours as like new information after a flight to Panama. Wendy would have had me fucked up. She would have had me fucked up. But they are just continuing different conversations now that they have 2 hours to spend. And so at some point, Stacy brings up her relationship and comments that have been made and feelings that the ladies may have, starting with Ashley, and she doubts they have a connection. And Stacy wants to know what's going on with that, and it's because we all have eyeballs. Ashley has eyeballs. Right beneath all of that forehead, Stacy, Ashley has 2 eyeballs. And she sees that your relationship is weird and not really vibing. So the fact that you're so confused and shocked has me confused and shocked about you. But Ashley's like, yeah, no, I don't see the connection really. I don't get it. And Stacy is cosplaying as a black woman at this point. That's the best way to describe her. Now, mind you, Stacy is black, but she seems to be cosplaying as a black woman. Take that how you want to. But Kay said that her and TJ were giving each other like a Christian kiss. And she was like, what is a Christian kiss? You were laughing at me, like, da-da-da-da. Mind you, she's never getting too buck. She's always like kind of like laughing, saying this stuff, but she was in her feels. And she has the right to be, it's her life. But it ain't giving nothing. It's really not giving anything. And of course she's going to use the whole line of like, some of us don't even have men to be worried about, which is like played out at this point. Very true, but played out. And she's just always confused when it comes to TJ. She doesn't get it. And her main thing is that like the concern that is being voiced, like at what point does it become ridicule? And that's a fair point, but you need to maybe wake up. Maybe you need to listen to what these women are saying. Maybe. But to Stacy's, I'm sure, delight, they move on from her, move back over to Ashley and her Jack Harlow man. Now, his name does start with a J. maybe Justin, but I'm going to keep calling him Jack because it just sticks better and it works for me. So Jack and Ashley are really hitting it off, and Ashley reveals that he brought her to the airport. They spent the night together before, and she gave up the pussy. All right, forehead. Ashley said, I'm hunching again, and she said it was good, and she gave him something to remember her by. Okay. All right. So Ashley is hunching again. She's loving the hunch, and she's compatible with their genitals, so good for them. Good for them. I low-key envy that. I need to be compatible with somebody else's genitals very soon in my life as well. But that's just me oversharing, because that's just the kind of guy I am. So they finally arrived to the villas. Everybody's excited to be there. Everybody's happy with the service and the looks of everything because they are nice as fuck. Finally, Potomac is acting like they have a budget. Thank you. Thank you. But they are there. Everyone is taking it all in. Wendy is assigning the rooms to everybody and has decided to chaotically pair people on purpose. She was like, I love a little chaos. What can I say? Which, respect to you. She puts Jacqueline and Karen in the same villa. Exhibit A. Then she puts Gizelle and Stacy as roommates in a villa. Exhibit B. She was like, Stacy, or no, did it for Gizelle and was like, you can be annoyed by Stacy. Like, have fun. And Giselle's outwardly, just out loud being like, I don't want to room with Stacy. And Stacy's like, Gizelle, don't be like that. But that also might give a little reason to why randomly last episode, Stacy seemingly was like, I'm going to be Giselle's best friend. They might have been like preparing and foreshadowing to this moment and this type of tension between them. On to their beach dinner, and they start with conga dancers from Panama, which involves somebody dressed up like the devil, and they are dancing with the devil, and like, it's one of those, they made it or edited it to seem as like one of those things that they were like in the moment doing it, but as they're in the moment they're like, wait a minute, what am I actually doing? So after the dinner, Wendy literally asked like the restaurant host or whoever that was, like, what does the devil like represent? Are we like dancing with like the devil, like for real? And he's like, yeah. He essentially says like it's not that deep, but like they're like, oh god, no, like I don't want to dance with the devil. And they're like, well, there are some devils here. And of course, Jacqueline is being referenced as said devil in the situation. Low-key true, but I think I would give that title to Mia if I had to. But anyway, they've dubbed Jacqueline the devil that they dance with. So dramatic and so funny. So Gizelle tries to come for Jacqueline and clock her about the whole crashing Karen's party and showing up and talking about her charges and it not being funny. And actually had to clock her in her confessional and be like, Gizelle, do you not remember the things that you have done? She's like, we literally dressed up in costume and went to Karen's house to like see if she lived there and spy on her when she was in trouble before. So Ashley's like, Gizelle, please. Who are you fucking trying it for? And as I said before, Jacqueline has a nice little spin on what she was doing with those balloons as far as releasing them, representing the charges and the symbolism. And Karen don't give a fuck about a symbol or an ism. She's like, I will press charges, I'm looking to press charges against you. Which Mia's like rolling her eyes and being like, no, you can't do that. Jacqueline's like, girl, bye. Because Mia's already let her know she can't press charges for rented property space. But Karen is just... She even has the nerve to be talking about some clanky clank bitch in her confessional. You just got arrested and your body cam footage just got released. You should have not said that joke. Like, people love to play with fire. If I know I have something that could possibly, like, be revealed, first of all, I'm probably going to reveal it my fucking self because I don't have time for that shit. Second of all, I'm not going to be playing around even in, like, a pretend situation with information that is literally going to make me a hypocrite if it comes out. Call me, like... call me what you want to. I'm just not, I don't do things like that. I just don't. So Karen, interesting choice, because we just watched your wig slide off of your head for like 30 minutes in like body cam footages. Footage? Footages, yeah, footage. You know, cricket. And once again, Karen may be a lot of things. One thing she definitely is fucking funny. Because she turns her disdain for Jacqueline in the moment of crashing her party into the environment, and like, you're not even supposed to allow balloons to, you're not even supposed to let balloons go into the environment. It's harmful, it's illegal. So she's like, I should really call the cops on you and press charges, which has everybody in stitches. I was also laughing because that was the impression I was under too. I thought it was very illegal to like release balloons into the atmosphere. Now I know plenty of people do that shit for a lot of different reasons. death, birth, and everything in between. But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. Power lines, animals, the environment, littering. It's literally like 70 degrees in fucking like winter months. And people are like, oh, let's release balloons. Like, we are killing the earth on some real shit. We are dying slowly, which we're dying slowly anyway, but like, it was funny as fuck, but it's also true as fuck, and if that's not true, it needs to be law. Stop just releasing balloons into the fucking atmosphere. Please, please. So Gizelle then decides she's gonna set her sights on Mia next, and I'm thinking we're about to get like some real heat from Gizelle because she's a rotted bitch any other occasion. And she proceeds to call Mia out and just be like, you talked about my daughters, that's like off limits. She tried to, in her confessional, she tried to shade Mia by saying like, just because you were doing thought ho shit at their age does not mean they are. Like, you are not like us, they are not like you. Like, so okay, that was kind of cute. But then she proceeds to pretty much like let Mia off the hook, or let her off kind of easy. Which I definitely clocked, but Wendy clocked it even more because she was on the end of viciousness from these women, specifically Gizelle, who would not even like look at her or acknowledge her as a person. Let's be clear, would not acknowledge her like as a living being half the time. Encouraged Mia to assault her, matter of fact. So Wendy tries to call Gizelle on the fact that like, you are just like not having the same energy pretty much with Mia. And Giselle's like, Wendy, we were not friends, this is different, like me and Mia are like friends. She completely like downplays and hushes up Wendy essentially. And go fuck yourself. Because it's absolutely true, and like the internet has said, the allegations of you being a colorist are kind of screaming in this moment. And no matter how funny, fucking charming she could be, this is why at the end of the day, she's on the do not fuck with list. Because I feel like Mia got off fucking easy. Real fucking easy for talking about your children. Like, there better be a part 2, 3, 4, and 5 to this. And I better be seeing it soon. Or I'm about to come on my little YouTube corner of the world and go the fuck off. Like, she better bring some more for Mia. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all Gizelle gets from me, because she's about to piss me off again. So the next morning, all the women are getting slowly together. They're kind of having their little side moments before they come together as a collective. Karen, Ashley, and Jacqueline are in one villa, and Jacqueline is asking the staff to take a picture of her while Karen is sitting outside eating breakfast because she feels that Karen would just rather die than take a picture of her. But Karen gets up and she takes a picture of Jacqueline to try to show her some type of olive branch, is the claim. And Karen said that she'll think about making up with Jacqueline or talking to her when she stops wearing Fashion Nova. Oh, and this is why Karen cracks me up. She's a shady old lady. Oh my god, I was dying at that line. Because Karen, one thing about her, she's a fly lady. Her triple 20, she's making sure she looks good. And she does. They come outside for breakfast, joining Karen where she's sitting essentially. And Giselle's trying her hardest not to shade Stacy. It's like trying to fuck with like a little kid or something. And Stacy's like, yeah, Gizelle, stop being mean to me. Like, we are roomies. And Giselle's like, okay, I'm gonna try. I will try. I'll try to be nicer to you. Once again, like, you're kind of funny sometimes, but fuck you. Go cuss me out. Make her life hell. And then I'll laugh more at you. Wendy joins the ladies outside, and she has bags with their names embroidered on them, with bags of like authentic Panamanian rum and all these other gifts. Like I said, I aspire to be rich so I can like gift the people I love too. That just seems so fucking nice to not worry about money. And so I love that. I love that. Mia's noticeably missing from all of this, and Jacqueline eventually goes to check on her. She's on the phone with her mom because Gordon apparently has come to pick up her kids, kidnap them, and drop them off to somebody else in a different state. Mia's claiming he dropped them off with the former nanny or somebody that they used to let watch the kids. Essentially because Gordon's like, why would you hire a nanny for my children, and I am perfectly here, I'm fine, and can be doing this. So Mia's claiming that her kids are kidnapped and the person that they've been dropped off with is now not answering her calls or her messages. And so we leave with this cliffhanger of Mia having a panic attack about her children, and everything Mia does seems like a fucking lie. So I'm just squinting and looking at her with a side eye, because she also claims that she left her kids at Jacqueline's house. And I wonder if it's with Jacqueline's sister, who famously like went on this rant about me and how she's a liar and lying about everything. So, to be determined, skeptical as always. And speaking as always, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe below. Come back for more, go through my channel. I post a bunch of stuff, so please stop by, look through some videos, catch a vibe, catch a laugh, and I hope you come back for more. Have a happy holiday from me to you, and I'll see you soon for something else.